hell? Someone just walked past my window.
Be quiet. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Oh, go on then.
This is what the bed looks like without the UV light, but this is what it looks like under the UV light.
Well, I've had a complaint to say you've been banging on people's doors.
No.
This evening I'm going to be staying at the worst rated hotel in the UK. It's not right here, it's about 10 minutes drive away, but honestly I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this for years. I know most people have different aspirations and dreams, like staying in the Bahamas all inclusive for a couple of weeks, but not me. All I yearn for is the chance to find a possibly suspicious looking dark curly hair in my bed linen, and maybe a skid mark or two in the toilet bowl. Oh, the joy, I cannot wait. And that is precisely why I've booked myself a room in the Crown Hotel in Stoke-on-Trent. In fact, before we put my seatbelt on, let's look up a couple of the reviews, shall we? Right, here's one straight off of Google, right? The first one. Smelling rooms, no hot water, no towels, noisy area, and I thought it said uncontrollable bed. It says uncomfortable bed. Imagine an uncontrollable bed. This place is nuts. The room they put us in was not fit for my dog. The worst hotel ever. Druggies on doorstep, homeless in back. Do not stay here. Okay, there's a spelling mistake here. This is the worst hotel I've ever seen in my life. It then goes on to say, it is with a very sad heart I write to register my ill treatment at Crown Hotel at Stoke-on-Trent. The staff spoke to me with little respect. Also, there are druggies what stay there. My room got broken into. Oh, great. Okay, here's a good one. Are you a druggie or an alcoholic? Rough as toast or a down and out? Then give this place a booking. If not, steer well clear. People loitering out the front drinking and smoking, residents hammering on doors to get you to buy drugs, reception staff rude and aloof. Alright, this one is a little bit worrying. People trying to break into my car, people knocking on my bedroom door offering to sell drugs, and a TV that didn't work. That bit I can deal with, but people trying to break into the car, I can't deal with that. So, although they do have parking obviously there, I'm going to see if there's anywhere safer to park that's just nearby. Right, I am going to park here, just outside this hotel. It's just a Holiday Inn, not the hotel we're going to, but it's a safer place to park it, and then I'm just going to get an Uber over there. It's only about a 5-minute drive. Hello mate, how you doing? Yeah, have you heard anything about the Crown Hotel? I've heard it's not the nicest hotel.
Crown Hotel is... I've been in Crown Hotel about 3 months when I was homeless. Council gave me temporary accommodation to Crown Hotel.
Right, okay.
Okay,
Did you see any crazy things happening there? No?
Yeah, you know?
No, I've read bad reviews.
Yeah, all are rough sleeper, all are junkie people, all are...
Junkies.
Yeah, druggy people, like this type of thing. I just sharing my experience about the Crown Hotel. But maybe nowadays it's okay, but I don't think so.
Well, I'll find you don't think so.
yeah, this hotel is under contract with the council. The rough sleeper, homeless people, druggy person sleeping in the road.
Yeah.
Council take them and send them to the Crown Hotel. Go, you get the two-time meal and the bed.
Thank you for the lift. Yeah, I'll try. Have a good one, mate. See you later. The hotel's just here on my left, but I'm just walking around to see what the car park's like, where we would have stayed if we'd risked it. It's just here. I mean, it's quiet and it's out of the way. Oh look, there's loads of abandoned vehicles up the back there. Okay, I'm pretty certain I've made a good decision not to stay in the car park.
I don't have a phone.
Hello mate, yeah, I've booked a room for tonight.
Here you are. Room 104, first floor.
First floor, so up these stairs here, yeah? What's the checkout time tomorrow?
11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay, and is there any like decent places for food just around here for the evening?
There's disco here and there's restaurants if you cross the road.
Perfect.
Yeah, no worries, you're welcome.
All right, thank you. There seems to be a huge group of people in the room to the side of me there. I was hoping that I could be nice and quiet so no one would know I'm in this room, therefore no one's going to try and knock on the door later. But check this out, as soon as you walk anywhere, there's excessive creaking coming from the floorboards. We're going to do a full room tour obviously, but first of all I just wanted to explain something else as well, because I can't portray to you through the camera the smell. As soon as I walked in the front door downstairs, there's just this weird old musty smell, but it changes as you come through the hotel. When we got up through to the corridor bit just outside the room here, it just smelt like, well, things that you shouldn't be smoking basically. I think there's someone knocking on someone else's door out there, but it's not mine, so we're all good for now. But yeah, the smell as I came in here, honestly, it's like, I can't even describe it. It's like sweat basically, and just grime. So I've actually got a UV torch so we can use that later when it's a bit darker in here to see what's really going on. But for now, whilst we've got a bit of daylight, let's have a little room tour and see what we can see. So right as you come in, above the door, the ceiling is just stained all over the place. I mean, that's pretty bad, something that a little bit of paint could probably cover up. There's also a whole bunch of cobwebs knocking about up in the corners there. There's a damp patch on the wall down here next to the air vent. And then there's just some cracks going all the way up the wall next to the door as well. And alongside that, obviously, there's also just dirty marks over the entire wall, pretty much everywhere you look. The carpet doesn't look the cleanest either, but obviously that's quite hard to tell because it's not just like a solid colour of the carpet. But I'm sure we can uncover some stains on that once we get the UV light out later. But talking of stains, this net curtain is absolutely covered in them. I'm colourblind personally, so I don't know what colour that is, whether it's blood or something else. But what I do know is it is absolutely disgusting, and it wouldn't hurt them just to stick it in the washing machine once in a while. The curtains themselves though, to be fair, look relatively clean, so there's not really much of a complaint about that. But up there you can see a massive crack in the wall as well. We've got a little tiny bench seat there which I will not be sitting on. I mean, at least they have a TV, whether it works or not we shall find that out later on. Got a little night light there above the bed. Let's see if that works, shall we? Oh, look at the luxury. At the top of the wall above the bed is pretty much the worst paint job I've ever seen. It looks like a blind toddler's done that. And then on the wall in general, just all around the bed, there's all sorts of marks and stains. I don't really want to know what that is, but again, when the UV light comes out later, I'm sure we're going to see more. So this is the wardrobe. Nothing really to complain about there. Bit of paint chipping off, but that's not the end of the world. And this is the bedside cabinet, which I've got to be honest, has seen better days. And as for that tray, I don't know what all that stuff is on there. At least they've provided coffee. Although I think you'd have to be an actual maniac to sample it. And in here we have, it's just a little cupboard. Again, cracking work with a paint job on these items. And they've provided towels. Whether or not they're clean is another matter, because there's something on that one and there is definitely a stain on that one. The bedding itself looks fairly clean, but the bed does have a few stains down the side of that as well. But something that is quite important is the bed itself, the comfortableness of the mattress. Let's give that a go, shall we? Oh dear, that didn't feel good. There is zero support down there. What is going on? My kneecap is being cupped by an old rusty spring. Oh, that didn't sound good. Okay, oh, whoa, whoa. It's so bad that it makes you roll to one side. It's like sleeping on a bed of aggressive hedgehogs. I mean, if I'm completely honest, my review of that bed, I think I'd be more comfortable if they chucked it out the window and let me sleep straight on the ground. Let's move on to the bathroom. Honestly, the smell as you walk in here, I could taste it. It's thick. Let's just check if there's anyone living in here, shall we? I mean, to be fair, the sink looks fairly clean. I'm pretty sure that's a new packet of that. That is not a new packet of that, and it's covered in scum all over the outside of that. Ugh, the toilet roll. I mean, that is a work of art, how they've put that together. Look at it. Honestly, I've seen something like that in the Ritz. Exactly like that, in fact. I mean, you couldn't get more artistic if you tried. And we are skid mark free, which is surprising, to be honest, considering the rest of this place. But yeah, some of the reviews did say about no hot water, so let's give that a test, shall we? That water is running, and you can hear the bath plug gurgling. The moment of truth. Is it going to scald my hand? It's stone cold. Literally, the snow up in the Arctic was warmer than that. That means I'm not going to be able to have a shower. Mind you, I'll probably end up cleaner if I don't have a shower in this place. I've just found more little dirty bits of scummy stuff on the net curtains. But there is something to be said about the spectacular view out the window. That is one thing that I really cannot fault. There's wildlife in the shape of a dead tree. There is metal candles that have obviously been used for activities that we shall not mention on this YouTube channel. There's an empty vodka bottle, a couple of socks, which surprisingly are two completely different sizes. An utter mystery. There's takeaway curtains and just your standard scummy rubbish. Right, I'm going to get my laptop out because I've got a few emails to send and a couple of thumbnails to construct. And then when it starts getting dark in a couple of hours, I will get back to you then and we'll break out the UV light and film something that will resemble the scenes from a horror film, no doubt. Catch you shortly. I'm having to talk real quietly because it's been kicking right off out there, right?
Yeah, shut your mouth now. Yeah, be quiet. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Oh, go on then. Go on.
So basically, the gist of it, from what I gather, there's some paying guests in the hotel, not just me, someone else is here paying for this monstrosity, and they're probably not making a video, they're doing it actually for fun. But anyway, they were talking quietly, I could barely hear them myself, and these walls are thin. But one of the junkies was not happy about the fact that these paying customers are here and talking, right? Which is why I'm keeping my voice down now.
Shut the fuck up, yeah? Be quiet, man. Yeah? Just fucking be quiet, yeah? Okay. Yeah, it's rough here, yeah? Shut your mouth. Right? Shut your fucking mouth, right, yeah? Zebbies. Yeah, go on, fuck off then.
Anyway, then they shut the door. And then a junkie's talking to another junkie out there, a girl.
Don't be scared, you. I'm a good guy, yeah? I'm honest, guy, yeah? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know that, don't you?
He's obviously off his head. Oh, hold on, it's kicking off again.
Well, I've had a complaint to say you've been banging on people's doors.
Take them up,
Well, if I can get them and they bring you out, I'm going to evict you. So I'm asking you, I'm giving you a warning, don't be rude, stop being rude,
I'm not being
and
rude.
don't be knocking on people's doors,
I'm not.
and shut the f***
Jack
up.
out. I knocked people's doors. They came out.
I
They knocked
can
my
check the
door.
camera. I can check the camera. And if you're lying, again, you're going out. That's just going to your room.
Okay, fine.
Is that being abusive to people?
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
You have.
Listen, like.
Did you stop? It ends now, when it stops now, just stay in your room.
Alright, that was, I think, a member of staff's just come up. Just one girl on her own, it sounded like. And she's obviously used to this. She's come up, honestly. It's just mental, like. I haven't been here that long and it's already kicking off. What I find even more mental, right, is
the fact that you're allowed, a regular person is allowed to pay money, actual cash that you own. You're allowed to pay it to this establishment to come and stay here as though it's like a good thing. What the hell? Someone just walked past my window. I'm not being funny. That is literally just a rooftop out there with all that rubbish in there. It's not a pathway. Someone's just walked past me window. Got no idea what they're up to. But we are shutting them right out. What the hell? Right. Brilliant. That is the extent of how much my curtains close. So it turns out I've got zero privacy whatsoever. Surely they'll come out a bit more than that. No, they will not. Probably the best news I've had all evening. I'm now effectively in a human zoo where the junkies can roam freely outside my window and watch me sleep. It's been about 20 minutes or so since the previous clip and all has been calm out in the hallway, so it's time to get going with the UV light test. But first, a bit of information. I've made a discovery. The TV works, which is quite a surprise. Not that I watch TV, but if you do watch TV, you can come here, you can relax in this exotic location, and you can watch your favourite programme. So what I have done, I've laid these towels out on the bed so that I can check them as well. But you will notice that even in the light, I found more stains on these towels. They are not clean whatsoever. But let's switch out the lights and check out their true colours. So, an initial scan of the towels doesn't actually show up anything other than the dirt I've already found. That's just my chicken satays down there, by the way. Ignore that. I mean, I don't know how clear you're going to be able to see that on the camera, but that pillow is not clean, and that's not the one that I've had against my head either. So I'm definitely not responsible. Let's check the other side of it. There's also a stain right there, and that is on the back. Oh, what is that? It's like somebody's teeth marks. The bed cover itself, I've had a proper look at, and that seems fine. Actually, I'll say that. What was that? Okay, there's a little mark down the bottom there, but beneath it, this is the bit I need to really check. Nah, that seems quite clean, but we do need to pull back the sheet just to... What the hell is that? Okay, I mean, that's not a small stain, is it? That's quite an epic stain right there. In fact, yeah, okay, so that is what it looks like with the lights on, so you can barely see it, and that is under the UV light. That is nasty. Moving on to the walls, but there is some sort of dripping stain right above the pillow. So looking down on the floor at the end of the bed, that is pretty dirty. The floor down there, it doesn't look like that's been hoovered or anything for years. Oh, look at that. Surprise, surprise, wallpaper's peeling off. See, there's various marks all over the carpet as well. That's just my towels and my pillow that I have rejected. So moving into the bathroom, I have to say I'm a bit more impressed with the cleanliness of the bathroom. The sink seems relatively clean. There's just a little mark up there. Nothing major. Down next to the toilet, there is some sort of suspicious stain down there. Could just be toothpaste though. Yeah, in general, I was expecting it to be a lot worse. The toilet's nice and clean. I mean, let's face it, the shower's likely to be clean because no one can use it. There's no hot water. But yeah, there's nothing major going on in there either. Oh, actually, those taps are a bit grim. Look at the state of that. But yeah, in general, well, if the hot water worked, I wouldn't mind using that bathroom. It's not actually that bad. But this bed, what I've just discovered, is the worst thing yet. I believe this bed used to belong to Satan himself. So I stripped off the covers completely this time, just in case I missed anything. Oh, look at that. I certainly missed that last time. Strange stains on the floor, but you will not believe what I've just found. So that was the original patch of doom that I found. As I was scanning my way down the bed, I happened to come across this. What the hell is that? It's so big, it's even got its own postcode. And honestly, when I saw that, I thought this place could not get any worse. I genuinely did. That was until I discovered this. I mean, I'm kind of lost for words. This one literally has its own gravity field. I can feel myself getting sucked into it right now as we speak. And just for comparison, by the way, this is what the bed looks like without the UV light. You can just about make out those patches, but this is what it looks like under the UV light, where we can find all of the Crown Hotel's filthy little secrets. So on that note, I am going to try not to throw up in my own mouth. I'm going to deal with all of this stuff down here, find the cleanest side of the cleanest sheet, the cleanest pillow, construct it in a way where I can lie in a sort of Z shape around all of the filth and attempt to get myself some sleep. Good morning, people. It turns out that junkies are nocturnal. Who would have thought? But no, it wasn't too bad during the night. They weren't kicking off or anything. They were just sort of knocking on each other's doors, chatting quite loudly and pumping themselves full of unicorn juice. Is that a fresh stain that we didn't notice yesterday? Ugh. Wonderful. But yeah, I didn't sleep too bad, to be honest. It took a while to get to sleep because obviously everyone was up and about all night. But once I was asleep, I slept through fairly well. I did attempt this morning to have a shower, but I ran the hot water tap for a long time and obviously there was none, so I couldn't do that. My hoodie was resting on that stool all night and I've just put it on now. Honestly, it smells like badly just from resting on that. So I've got clean clothes in my bag, but I'm not going to put them on now because I'm going to go to the gym and have a shower and then get into a fresh set of clothes. But for now, we're going to get the hell out of here and never come back.
You look for reception?
Yeah, well, I was just having a little look around as well, mate. I think it's down this way, right?
Yeah, you can get that way as well. 9 o'clock's down when it comes from there, yeah?
Oh, right. Yeah, I just thought I'd just have a wander around. It looks like quite a big place. Cheers, mate. Have you got like a bar room in here or something?
No, we won't have any.
No.
Sorry.
Ah, fair enough. I thought you'd have something. All right, sweet. Have a good one, mate. Ooh, what was that?
I'll see you. I'll give you the number next time I see you.
I just thought I'd come back round to the parking bit because I'm pretty sure around the back there's some way to get to the back of my room, which is where that guy must have come when he walked past my window. Okay, that's my room there. That explains why someone was able to walk past last night. But the last thing that I wanted to do was come up onto this station. I'm just on the end of the platform here. There's an interesting shop just over the back there, but that is not why I'm here. I'm here so that I can get a final view of what I like to call a little slice of heaven. So there we have it, right beside the railway track, over the wall, the most beautiful, exquisite building that I've ever had the pleasure of staying within. But no, honestly, sometimes you read these TripAdvisor reviews, the bad ones, and you think maybe it's just someone who's had a bad day, or they've had a little argument, or there's one little bad thing and they're over complaining. But in this case, I have to say, I think all of those bad reviews are warranted. That place is absolutely savage, and I think I got it lucky compared to some of the reviews that I've read. Some of the rooms have apparently had fires in them. There's all burnt, charred wardrobes all over the shop. So I think I got quite lucky in general. Not that I feel lucky. I mean, I stink. I'm quite tired. I couldn't have a wash. Couldn't really do a lot, really, without touching surfaces. But we're alive. That's the main thing. We live on to fight another day and record another video. So thank you so much for watching this one, and I will catch you next time.